All right, my friends, in this video, we're going to cover one piece of information from the live class that is not addressed in other videos. In today's live class, we talked about scanning a text for information. It's a way that you can find specific information in a text very quickly, and it's a tool that you can use to be a successful reader in college. Because there's so much reading in college, it's useful to be able to scan for specific information quickly, and that's the skill that we're practicing. Again, here's a website from the Teaching English from the UK, and it says very quickly about what scanning is. Scanning is reading the text quickly in order to find specific information, and the opposite of that is skimming, where you're reading quickly to get a general idea, but you're not looking for something specific. So for this activity, we are looking for something specific. We have an article here, The Magic of Letters. And if you scroll to the bottom of our article, we have 7 reading questions. Where is the author from? What class did the author take? Et cetera, et cetera. So my advice to students when you are facing reading comprehension questions is to always, always, always read the questions first. They will give you an idea of what your teacher is looking for, or what your teacher thinks the main ideas are, or the important information in the article is, and it helps you save time. There is a role for reading every single word, every single paragraph. Of course, we do that kind of reading as well, but this is very specific about scanning for specific information. So if your task is to answer specific questions, you do want to scan for specific information. And here's how you do that. In this sentence right here, where is the author from? In class, we talked about what an answer to that might be for you. An answer to that might be Escondido, or California, or Canada, or Mexico, or Brazil. Those are all proper nouns, names of places. So we want to scan for the name of a place or a proper noun to get an idea maybe what the answer to this question is. So if we go up to the beginning of the article and start to scan, I don't see any proper nouns. I don't see any proper nouns. There's my first proper noun, the Nepali alphabet. Nepali is the adjective form of Nepal, and I know that Nepal is a country. So this author is probably from Nepal. There's also up here under her picture information about Nepal. So that's another clue that she's from Nepal, reading the information under her photo. So these two things here, very quickly looked for a proper noun, which is a noun with a capital letter. And that tells me that's maybe a place. And then I do a little bit of research, either things that I know, or I could do a quick Google search to see what Nepali means, and it would lead me to Nepal. And then I would know that's the answer to question number 1, where is the author from? Question number 2, what class did the author take to learn to read and write? I'm looking for anything related to reading or writing. I believe the alphabet, in the alphabet. Alphabet's about reading and writing, but is that a class? No, doesn't seem like it. Keep scanning, dun, 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 dun. Joined in adult literacy. There we go, there's the word, class. Right? I'm looking for that key word, what class? And then I find it up here in this sentence, and then I know the answer is an adult literacy class. I'm doing this one more time. Going down further, how did the author's life change when she learned to read and write? So how did it change when she learned to read and write? How did it change after she learned to read and write? As I'm scanning, looking down, it's about her name. 3 letters, transform my life. Whole evening writing and rewriting my name. And then you might get a couple paragraphs down and forget what the question was, and you just go back and look at it again. How did the author's life change when she learned to read and write? So that was one thing. She was able to transform her life, right? That's one thing. Here, before I learned how to read and write, my life was stagnant. Pain of child marriage, husband did not support me, poverty, and didn't have any courage to do anything. But I saw people who were learning to read and write was growing and their lives were improving. I realized it was neither wealth nor beauty I lacked, but letters. Then here, as my new knowledge of words boosted my confidence and courage, she made a resolution. I and my brothers should be given education as much as we would like. So the way that her life changed was that she understood the value of education, and some of the things that were happening before are now different. So these things happened before, and now since she learned how to read and write, there are things that happen after her life, specifically getting that courage and confidence that she was lacking earlier. and then prioritizing education, which is something that did not happen before. So really quickly, you can find keywords in an article, you can find keywords in questions. Usually it's the nouns, right? The proper noun, or the nouns or proper nouns, and start scanning a text and looking very quickly for words that might relate, and then reading the larger sentence and seeing, does this answer the question below? Sometimes that might mean I'll need to read a bit more of the text, but you're still not reading everything in the article, so it does save you time and helps you focus on the answer. And again, this is called scanning a text, looking quickly for specific information.